Hey, what is up, everybody? My name is Richard Terrell. I go by Kirby Kid, and you are watching the Mario Maker weekly recap for week 16. We've been doing this for 16 weeks, and we're knee deep in this last semester of the workshop, working together collaboratively to make different levels and hopefully lean on our strengths and avoid our weaknesses. So, while doing that, these weekly recaps will contain information that's hyper focuses on a specific aspect, probably a high level aspect of level design. We've been talking about layers. We introduced layers 2 weeks ago. We talked about counterpoint last week, and this week we're going to be talking about speed running and how you can design levels to have this additional consideration or this additional layer for making speed running as interesting as possible. So that is the agenda today. If you don't know who we are, what we do, I usually say that at the beginning of every video, but this time I'm going to skip it and just jump straight into the action. We do everything outside or everything in the workshop via these spreadsheets. Where's my spreadsheet? That's too much spreadsheet. Here we go. Spreadsheet here. So these are all the courses that we've submitted as a workshop, and we are in the 200s, right? Some of our latest levels that we put through this collaborative process can be seen here. The workbench ones, we have time loop, bombing run, and slip and slide. And these levels are actually really cool. I'm going to play them on stream while talking about speed running, and then kind of hyper focus from there. So this is what our workbench looks like. They're these little horizontal task-based projects in which you have a scope total, and every time you select something here to specify what you want in your level in terms of all these different criteria, the more your scope total goes up. The goal is not to exceed your scope total while also envisioning and planning your entire level as much as possible from the beginning so you can anticipate problems and avoid pitfalls. That's that's the idea. We are learning how to do it better and better every day. Currently, Bleach and Firecakes are working on project number 9, Hanging with Mr. Koopa. And this is an interesting idea from our gameplay sheet, which I can show you here, our gameplay idea sheet. Well, I can just actually go to workshop, search, type in Hanging. Gameplay idea is Hanging with Mr. Koopa, a speed run with a coin collecting clear condition. Say that 3 times fast. Start with an infinitely spawning... Start with an infinitely spawning Koopa. You can take it with you throughout the stage to try to get coins more easily. Multitask with ricochets, that's ricocheting shells, or jump off of it. Careful not to despawn your friend. I hear they don't like that. So, as you can see here, Firecakes and Bleach. Bleach is currently has a level, and he's adding what we can see to be enemies. 3 types of enemies he's adding, and it's in progress. Completed already are the power-ups additions, the coins, and the basic layout using the Super Mario World. I move my head. Super Mario World style, and we can check up on the last iteration before the level is passed here. This is what it looked like. You just put the labels on it. Nice. Mushroom, mushroom, multi-coin, multi-coin, power block, coin, 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 coin. Nice. Okay. Fine. Green shell Koopa. Nice. So yeah, this is how we're passing the levels back and forth. We're using Twitter, we're keeping the levels small, and we are communicating via Discord in order to get all this stuff coordinated, right? So there's still more left on this project, but Bleach and Firecakes are actively rescoping, which is a good thing. So we're going to play some of the levels that are available for the workbench. I'm going to transition over to the video game. Zoop. Here we go. Don't mind the darkness. Okay. Of course we're up. So I guess this would be as good a time as any to show off. Well, so not everybody has played Time Loop. That's the latest level that I worked on through the workbench. But Time Loop and the Run Busters we went over previously in the stream, and we had a lot of people play it, and we talked about it, showcased the layers and all these different things. That level still has more impressive things that you can do. It's a crazy level. Time Loop is insane. So I'll show off part of it. A collab for the Mario Maker Workshop. Credits to Dr. Haji, Firecakes, Harvest, and Kirby Kid. Yay. So if you haven't played this level, I suggest playing it without me spoiling it. But if you're already watching and you're, you know, already watching, here we go. Yep. So at this point you might be thinking, this looks familiar. Well, you jumped in a time machine for a reason. And the day repeats exactly how it was. Ooh. Didn't have enough time to get to that green snake, but I have the power to control time. You go back in, you get a little flow motion here, and you can get there in time. Ah! Gotta go through the time machine and try to correct that mistake. So now I know when I get over to that area that if I go faster I won't get hit. Yep, that's what time machine manipulation is all about. Oh no. And then we see dead things in the lava. We have this boss. What is that? Secrets. But anyway, this level started off as a concept of using time loops by using doors and resetting the level for various purposes. This is dangerous. Ooh, I want that. Oh, I'm dying. Yeah, so resetting time every time something bad happens. You get a mushroom every time. So you're free to experiment. You're free to push your luck. Or just mess up. Jump back in the time machine. Like that. And there are so many layers to this. So many secrets. So much of the cool stuff that I like. Like controlled chaos like this. This guy just makes random stuff. And that changes the entire way you fight here. Oh, why ghosts? Why? Okay. Make one more ghost and I'm shutting this off. Okay, good. Stream's still on, guys. Missed. Okay, ghosts. I gotta get out of here now. Ah! Okay, that was close. But anyway, I'm not gonna reveal too many more of the secrets there. I'm gonna give people a little bit more time to play. That was Time Loop. There's a lot of secrets. I put so much effort into the secrets that apparently the level is hard enough. But if you're curious and you put in the time, you will be rewarded. I hear one of the good endings is just like Studio Ghibli. So let's go to another course. But yeah, I guess I could talk about the development of that level. So let me just do that real quick. Do, do, do. And do this, fade, bring it up. Okay, so that level started with a time loop here. And what's cool about this is I can right click, show edit history, and get the contributions from everyone who updated the thingy, including the very first pass right here from Dr. Haji. I can just go up here. So here's what the level looked like initially, right? Got the fire bar, some donuts, maybe something to go on top, and we got our basic layout here with jumping on lavas. It included a snake that went down to the lava and came back up. So okay. And then the level ended, right? So this is the basic concept of these time loopy thingies. Except for there are no doors to loop time. So Marcus essentially just made the basic layout. Then the next person to have it was Harbrus. Bruce. I don't know why all these URLs look so different. What the? Okay. Same thing? Did I just paste the same thing? Oh, that was this. Okay. So this is what Harbrus did. As you can see, he said, time loop, my job here is to tune the level, including challenges that stress the player's external timer track skills. Interesting. See comments below for 2 other screenshots. Okay. So this is what the level looked like. He added some threats here. Lava now goes up instead of just staying down below. Doors that take you from up to down or down to up. Right? I guess I should have saved copies of these so I could have played it for you guys. That's kind of interesting. A door here that's blocked by blocks, and you can hit bob-ombs into it, but this is super dangerous over here. I felt that was way too dangerous. And look, you see how the formations are looking a little more familiar now? So that's it. Next up was, that's how I got the level. So then when I did it, what did I do? Yeah, so now I finished it off basically. But yeah, you can see there's a big difference there between that and how it ended up. I had to change around a lot of gameplay elements because I felt like this didn't have any gameplay, right? This doodad going up here is not really a reason to go up there and get it, and it doesn't require you to play around here. This Potaboo, this fire lava bubble, is kind of too close to this structure, and this structure having a fire bar that kind of swings low gets in the way of this spatially, so you don't kind of want those to overlap. This door, if you teleport from top to bottom, you get burned. And I'm like, why would you do that? But like, you let me do it, right? So like, that's why I did it. More random lava bubbles, which are kind of tricky to deal with in Mario Maker. This door randomly goes to that door, you know, just because. But then you're trapped in there, so you got to get out of there. This fire bar is rotating in a different direction as this one for whatever reason. The snake block just kind of goes, and I guess the point here was to jump on the snake block, then jump on this dangerous formation, and then wait around until the snake block came back because it's dangerous up here. But then it keeps shooting bombs at you, and this thing has a fire bar, so these things are crowding each other. I played around with this a lot, and it was just annoying and frustrating. There didn't seem to be any clear gameplay challenge. It was just, this is a crazy thing, deal with it. And then this is just clearly like pretty straightforward. So yeah, I guess I'll jump back into game. Give you a little bit more in-depth look of what the heck. So, you know, the first thing I did was look how different it looks. First thing I did was introduce the. What did I do first? The first thing I did was delete the bomb coming out of the pipe. That thing was so annoying. And in a game where you can't pick up the enemies and kick them around where you want, manipulating that just to blow up 2 measly bricks didn't make any sense. The second thing I did was removed all the doors that seem to teleport you to the same place. I'm like, that's not interesting. That's just kind of like the lava comes up and you just make it go down and you keep walking forward. Like, the whole point of manipulating a time loop is that you have to go back to the same time, right? So then I made all the doors separate from each other and put some up here, put one over here, and put one over here, right? And now you go back and relive these moments. And right when I did that, I'm like, well, I got to give you something that you work at over time. So I thought about making these blocks that you punch through. And every time you can't get there fast enough because the lava rises up, you go back to the time loop. And every time you go in the time loop, you see the same pattern of dead birds falling all over the place. And some of these birds are what we consider to be cheap gameplay wise, but that's kind of the point. It adds a little bit of chaos, but it's controlled because I give you a mushroom, and then you better understand the manipulation of time, and every time you go to the time portal you get a mushroom, so it's working for a very specific purpose. The next thing I did was box this off so that it forces you to go in a time loop, and it teaches you the basic structure of the level. So I thought this was pretty straightforward. Whether you go in under here or whether you're going over here, you're going to have to eventually go through this portal. The next thing I did was I think I straightened out this snake block. And I widened the space between stuff. I just started shoving space in between things. Like, this is its own screenshot, right? And this, you can fully encompass this idea in a different screenshot because they needed to be spaced apart. So I had birds, and I had a little bird catcher here as if they're swooping low over your head. I just thought that was neat, something I discovered by throwing things around. And I'm not even sure why I put those guys up there. I guess the real reason is Zera had as a level in one of the old enemy gauntlets in which he had a bunch of dead fish fall from the sky right when you enter a room, and I thought that was funny. So then I put some fish up in the sky, and it turned into this really cool way to show that time is looping. And then I kept using them because I just think they're really interesting. And they kind of make the skies dangerous, right? Kind of like the Hitchcock movie Birds. You're like, that's right. That's what they sounded like. So you got another time machine here. So it's kind of like a pseudo checkpoint. You loop back. And then you got your final confrontation here. So this is really cool. If you get here fast enough, you can see these 4 Koopa fall into the lava, and in their place 4 boos rise up. If you get here fast enough too, the lava will kill these Koopa slaves, and these Kameks will be freed to attack you. So let me show you what that looks like. So this is what I call the tortoise and the hare, in which like the slower person gets an easier job and the fast person doesn't. Oh, I'm dead. Oop, you gotta be fast. That's not fast enough. But I was fast enough to get those Kameks to come out, right? And that just makes it to where you can destroy things faster. So let's try that again. Now I don't need to get the mushroom. No! Why do I do that? I never learned that. I can make that. But I'm just gonna run it from here. So if you're really fast, you can get over here and be like, oh, they're dying. And then out come these boos. Yep. So that's interesting. Based on your speed, you get a slightly different experience over here. I kept that idea of the snake block traveling underneath the lava for suspension and surprise and all that. I worked in a really cool secret that I'm not going to reveal on the stream, but, you know, pay attention to the right side there. And made the Connect big to make it more epic for an ending. Made these guys big to make them easier to jump off of when they're half submerged in lava. Made these guys small because they're easier to deal with, and it's a nice introduction to the concept. So on and so forth. Just little things that kept rolling forward till this whole thing had very clear gameplay challenges. Like here's get here. Ah! Go underneath. Dodge the fish. Reset time, right? Like very straightforward. Filled with lots of jumping and all that. Just like Diddy. No! But yeah. So those are some of the changes and why I made them. And then I just started to make everything look prettier. I made the time machine circles so you jump in them and run around the fire bar instead of kind of being trapped in them. And I tried to differentiate them by size, so this one's bigger than the other one. But yeah, getting through this challenge here, it's not easy. But those are some of the reasons. It's why a collaborative process is really interesting. Somebody can start with the idea, but at some point, one of the makers needs to turn it into a level. Oh, this is Bombing Run. I haven't played it. Collab for the Mario Maker Workshop. Credits to all those people. Greg, Akamarak, Bleach. Yeah. Oh no. No. Ah! Dunk. Dunk. Oh! No! No! That's the hardest part about dealing with that. Almost got it. Here we go. Ah, go. Yeah, it's so interesting. If I didn't know better, I would say that Firecakes made this basic layout because he likes to do repeated shapes like that and kind of tessellate them with geometric regularity. But He didn't. This is kind of what I wanted to talk about with the workshop. It feels like this course was made exclusively for this one idea. And, you know, this idea is flexible enough to contain other kinds of courses. So, like, instead of making the entire course made out of blocks, or instead of just only having these tree formations as your challenge, it could be mixed and matched with anything, right? You don't have to go so directly at your target. Ooh, that was close. That was close too. Oh! Let's go. Oh, okay. Oh. Nice. Yeah, so basically any gameplay idea can be taken a bunch of different ways, and seeing it actuated right there, and like seeing the bits of polish and having a fun experience, that's all what it's about. Also understanding that if you had control over X position or X step, what would you do different? It's a learning process, and it's an interesting collaboration process at the same time. Slip and slide. This is one that Yakoma, Harbras, and Paper Spock did for their tag team. Now, I know my brother was in charge of the speedrun layer, and he worked this thing like crazy. Some of the layers are obviously the things that take the most time. They encompass every single lower level design element, which includes coins, enemies, and level elements, right? Power-ups too. So he made this level, and this is how I tried to cheese it. No! I almost did it first try. Oh no! What button did I hit? Come on. Yeah, I cheesed it. Okay. And then he blocked it off. Marcus made so many stages where he didn't block off the high part to get to the end of the level, just because he thought no one can get there, and I just demonstrated how you can do it. It's super funny. Wow, the Koopa didn't come back. Ah! So this original idea was done by Yakoma, and his original idea was, hey, let's use a vertical level with these diagonal slopes, right? So you can navigate around, right? So in order to make this a speedrun layer, which is the topic of this entire thing, right? There's a lot of interesting things that have to happen. No, come on. Whatever. This level has a ton of layers. Suck it. That was funny. I'm out. That MacGuffin, don't give me that MacGuff. Cool. So, let's talk about the speedrun layer. Mario Maker 2 lets you race for time on just about any course in the entire game. And you race against other people on the internet to try to be the fastest. Speedrunning is a thing, and it's a big part of this game experience. So, as far as design-wise, you know, every level can be completed, right? But completing it faster is a whole nother thing. In this case, some of our initial design considerations as designers is, how can we make the level conducive for speedrunning? And Bleach and Firecakes, you can answer this question.
Richard, I don't want to interrupt you, but your capture keeps flickering on and off. Maybe there's a
does
bad
that.
HDMI cable or something someplace.
It does that. It stops after like a few flicks. But yeah, answer the question, Bleach.
Repeat the question, please.
What makes a good speed running experience?
I don't know. My gut is just telling me something like slow motion or lots of different layers to potentially exploit and cut off time.
So, shortcuts and the ability to move swiftly through a level without waiting a lot? Is that what you're saying? Our audience doesn't know what flow motion means. Anything else?
What about flow motion?
Our audience doesn't know what flow motion means.
Oh. That's all I've got at the moment.
Firecakes, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
What do you think makes a good speedrunning level? Or a speedrunning experience, not a level.
Yeah, I like it. I like having the dexterity challenges of like controlling jumps to like squeeze through. Like maybe there's like different layers you can jump in and out of. Like having the control to like move between layers. I like not stopping, of course, as much as could be possible. Figuring out how you can keep going.
This is so fun. Yeah, I couldn't believe how fun that was. So this level has a little bit of chaos, like areas like this, but for the most part, solid stuff. Interesting. So yeah, those are all good points. Sometimes you speedrun a level, it has slow parts, and you just got to deal with it. It's just life. Right?
Yeah.
And sometimes.
Oh. There's
I did it!
Types of nice. I was gonna say there's certain types of like complex timers or like complex timers that would require like a lot of waiting.
Yeah.
Like,
So.
like two like simple timers like layered over each other, but like going at different rates. Like those usually are really hard to account for when you're trying to run through a level. My experience.
Hold on. No, what am I doing wrong? Oh well. Yeah, all those are good things, right? So in this level in particular, we're gonna start with the most advanced concept we got. Marcus created a speedrun layer, but in order to make here's what happens in a lot of games, right? Especially my levels. The level is interesting. It has all these layers and challenges and optional things, and people just speed to the end and then never play it again, right? So part of our consideration and our challenge as designers is how do we make the speed running experience more interesting than just normal play, right? Or uniquely interesting, right? And just not giving the player some cheap way to get to the end is important. Making sure that the speedrun layer doesn't skip the gameplay ideas, that's kind of important. Engaging with the gameplay ideas is the goal, right? Yeah, we don't want the speedrunner to be bored, even if they're going fast, and even if that's the point. So in this level, Marcus used what we call fast door, then right travel, right? Normally in speedruns, you just travel to the right, and you get there as soon as possible. But this level has a door, and accessing the door is faster than right travel. So that's why we call it fast door, then right travel. I hope you get the pun and appreciate it. Say nothing?
You mean right travel just being Mario going right to the level?
Pretty much. It's the pun on faster than light travel, but it's fast door than right travel. So anyway, so this level, if you collect so this level has many things that can screw you over if you are not fast enough. But one thing Marcus did was create 4 pink coins that if you trash! And if you collect them, right, and that takes time, and this takes time. Oh, it's flickering. And if you get here, so this is what we call a gate, right? These timer blocks are universal. Stop. And if you don't get there in time, you might be waiting a cycle, or you may have to do a backup strat. So now that I got all the coins, you have to be Cat Mario to get up in the door, but we're going to try this again. I died. Okay. So, clearly, to get the best times in this, you have to utilize a lot of what you learned. Let me try to sync up the sound again, because this is what happens. How do I get the sound to work? Oh, let me try this. Okay. A little better. So, going down this hill, kicking this Koopa, throwing it, going down. It bounces off that guy, goes down to there. You have just enough time to get to this blue thing, and not fast enough. You'll grab that coin, you'll slide down here. The Koopa shell is still going. You can follow it all the way down. And then the Koopa shell will bust that and get the coin for you, or something. And you don't even need to get that coin. Then you come down here as Cat Mario. You can make it in time for the gate, which I did not. And you can take this path right here, and it times out nicely. Grab the coin, slip through, and as Cat Mario, get this pink coin without killing yourself, and then climb up the wall and go in that door. Now, that's some pretty fancy stuff. I've only seen Marcus do it. I've never actually done it myself, but we'll give it a shot. I need to remember to duck under the something. No, no. Ah! No, why you hold me up? How do I get through that? I get this, drop, slide, go faster than that, slide, jump, jump, slide. That gets killed by the shell, but I'll get it here. Slide. Make the gate. So let's say that's just closing. Oh, no, no! This is what the timing should be. You get here just in time when it's blinking. 1, 2, 3. Okay, wow. So it's tuned for this. And then you can grab the coin, slip on out. Oh, no, no, no. And then you do one of these maneuvers. And that's perfect to climb up here. And then you take your key and go. Right, so if you master all that, you get this pipe. And then you drop straight on, and that is the fastest way to beat the level. So now instead of some cheese ball running through the end and skipping all the cool stuff, you actually have to understand every single element of the level. There's still optional stuff that would slow you down, but this is what we call a well-tuned speed running, fast door than right travel level. And that was perfectly spaced for that too. Like, why waste time? Let's go. How do I get through?
Kick the green shell.
I got it, I got it, I got it, I got it, I got it. Ah! No! The gate! So that's a cool concept I want to talk about. Ah, let's go. No, no, get out of my way. Let's go. Wow, that was so fun. Jeez. And Marcus just appears. That's so fun. Bam. Let's see if I got the record from Greedy Greg. Oh, that was fun. That's some crazy tuning. No, greedy Greg! I mean, sorry. Sorry, stream. But yeah, perfect example of what we're talking about. Let me go back over the gate. So some video games have universal timers for their elements. In Mario Maker, the fire bars, and maybe one other thing is a universal timer. So right when the level starts up, or a room loads in, the fire bars are always at their initial position, and then they always move at the same rate, off screen, on screen, whatever. They're always that rate until you go into a pipe or a door. Donkey Kong Country 64, Donkey Kong Country had universal timers in their levels too. So you remember that one level, Marcus, where that like ugly looking jerk Kong would throw barrels at you and you pop off of buzzers flying low towards the end of the game, and you had to like run fast enough to get to a certain point when a magical barrel will just be waiting for you if you're fast enough. That was a random level from Donkey Kong Country. There's other levels in Donkey Kong Country where you're racing the level's universal timer, and if you get off a cycle, you have to wait. So people talk about certain speedrunning levels in terms of gates and cycles. This is one of them. So this loads up the door, and we know the timer always starts here. No. Wow. And I got there fast enough, finally. Right, so that's basically like, oh, I now know I'm faster without even checking the time because I made it to the gate. I think those things are super cool for speed running. You don't need like a stopwatch or anything random. You just look at the level and you understand the concept of love. Oh, why didn't he jump better? I feel like I don't understand the lack of momentum in 3D Mario. He kind of sticks. Yeah, go ahead, Bleach.
No, this level is amazing. Fantastic work. I didn't even know you could do any of this.
Ah! Come on. Yes! Woo! And the coins are there to show you the possibilities, right? All that cool stuff. Let's go! Beat Greg! That's so fun. Oh, man. And Marcus hit the speedrunning layer for intermediate floor. Best record right there. Excellent work, Greg. Greg, you fought for that. I'm pretty sure you did the same cool stuff I did. Because that's how Marcus designed it. The coolest path is the fastest path, and people who do it are rewarded. Engaging with all the parts of the level. If you mess it up, you're still playing a decent level, and you can have fun even screwing up and completing the course. That's superior design. Koopachinko, did we already show this? I think we already showed Koopachinko and Fire in the Hole on stream. Yeah, so let's talk about speedrunning. Okay. So there are different levels. Obviously, we just showed off one of the higher levels, right? A course that's interesting in itself, has a speedrun layer that takes the most interesting parts of the course and makes it to where fully engaging in the ideas with tight timing, anticipation, whatever, that's how you get the fastest time. Now, let's go back to the beginning of everything. In Firecakes, if you want to talk about your speedrun adventures with Tony's level, you can talk about what made that so interesting as well.
Yeah, I could talk for a bit.
So, wait. First, maybe I'll just show Tony's level, right?
The one with the bullet bills, right?
Yeah.
All the bonsai bills.
Tony! There we go. Big Bully's Bullet Bill Barrage. So this is a level that Firecakes and I were speedrunning many months ago. And Firecakes got a record, and then I got it again. Or I got it back. And then Firecakes lit a fire under himself, baked a cake, and So this is what the level looks like normally. Again, Cat Mario is a really good speed running power up. Ah! Whatever. That's boring. It's interesting. But what you can do with this amazing ability. Nope, I forgot what you're supposed to do there. But yeah, like you can just skip the ride and go completely cat crazy. So there are so many different techniques that are completely sort of unique to this level and unique to this power up. I think I go up one more higher. Oop, no.
You stay on that.
Oh, I wall kick off the back of the block,
Yeah.
right?
You stay at the long bullet bill, like between the two, and you wait for the bullet bill on top to shoot to the right, and then you like climb up.
Check this out. Oh shoot, this was my technique, right? No! This was my, right here. I like that technique. There's so many different ways to get through that gap. And Tony didn't make this level at all thinking about any of this. This is why
Right.
sticking to the basic principles and trying to make a good normal level, wow, is the best way to go, right? You don't make a level necessarily for speedrunning. At least the speedrunning probably won't be more interesting than the base level. So if you want to make it fun in two ways, do the work. No. No. Anyway, you have a video on Twitter I can show? Oh man, I don't have it.
Yeah, it's somewhere. It's been a while. I can go fetch it.
So this is what Firekick said. You wait. You have to lean on the appropriate side, and then it goes. And then you can go, or something like that. Yeah, but record is still 5 kicks, I think.
Should be. It better be. I worked on perfecting it.
Well, I'm not going to keep killing myself on this. I'm going to go to the next level and show some other concepts.
I put a link in the
Cool.
workshop channel. I have it.
Cool. Let me go to the full website. Workshop channel. Okay. Share this with our viewers. Oh. Okay, here we go. That's fast. Still fully engaging with the level. Come on, man. That's it? You have 2 parts?
Yeah, it's split into 2 parts because I couldn't get the full 30 seconds.
It's the next
to
part.
one level. Yeah, I'm gonna get the next part.
We'll watch it again. That's so clever.
Second part. Should be it.
It's so clever. And then the second part is here? Yes. Good old platforming. We optimized this so much. Tap, tap. And right when you get the key, you jump in. And that's the end of the level, basically. Oop. Multiple sounds. Stop it. Stop. Stop it. Stop it. Back to the game.
I think it was sub 30 by the time I was done with
It's
it.
30.566.
Oh,
And you said I can go sub 30 if I have to. Because there's a technique we made for that last boss that you didn't do in the video. So you're like, I have an extra.
oh, right.
I still find it hard to believe that Tony didn't do that intentionally. I want to say it's like just he has a natural intuition or something then.
But the interesting thing is, if you put a single enemy on a wide screen and only one enemy on screen at a time, it's empty, it's boring. So you always put them close enough, and Mario's jump, especially if he goes high to low, covers more than half the screen. So you're like, well, there's gonna be stuff. And if there's stuff, there's a potential way to get through it by jumping off of it, and Cat Mario's just broken, right? So like, that's essentially how I see it. It is still amazing. But let's take a look at Tony's first level he ever made. Skeeta! I optimized this so much. But yeah, this one's cool because you can... I realized that if you jump into these thingies shallowly, it actually sucks you into it. Ah! Which is kind of saves you a few frames. So... like, Oh, can't do that. So it's something like that, and then like that, and you jump off that. You have to use as many of those as possible to slingshot yourself, and then like get into that one and flow forward. No, Skeeta. Oh, I didn't like this. Huh. Yeah, so this is an example of what we call a hold rider or whatever. If you time it right, there's no reason for you to ever hit left. And then, let's pretend I didn't get hit by that. But this is still not a bad way to do a speed run. Like, I didn't get that. Let's pretend. Hit this. And yeah, but there is a path where you pretty much go left to right, and you smoothly go for it. Even still, there's small optimizations in there that make it a lot of fun to speed run. The swinging when you're gonna snap into it when you jump off of it, how you're gonna approach that last section, or you're gonna aim for that Goomba in the water, so on and so forth. That's a really good example of a hold, ride, and run. Let me show you a different kind of example. Skeeta. Ants. No, not ants, please. Switch flip in the sky. Hey, I still have this one. Let's show it. Chariot Rider, one of our early workshop members. So I remember correctly. What do I do? And then I go and I do that. And then I had to kick a shell on top. Okay. And then I go for the ending. Okay. Okay, let's try this. I think I need 2 shells. So one is this. No! Okay, one is that basically, and then you have to back up perfectly, grab it. Okay, and then maybe take the hit. No, wait, you can't take the hit. I have to hit it myself with my head. See, that's what you can't do. I was holding the run button, by the way. You dirty game. So that's one where you have to kind of back up, because if you go full force, I don't think you can do that, just based on the angle, which can be good or bad. I don't think hold right forever is the only way to do a speedrun level. I kind of like intelligent backing up, like this one, and then you can go. What happened? Ooh, I almost killed myself. What do I do here? There was some trick I did where this all worked out better. I think I took the shell this way. I think I kept it blue somehow. hit the shell this way, ran off the blue, kicked it backwards, and then jumped for the ending by timing it in midair or something. Okay. And you got the other shell. I can't do that one without that one. Did I just skip this part? Nope. Well, I don't know what I did. We're out. Probably have a video of it somewhere. But that's an example of a neat little ending area where the sequence of the level may want you to do it one way, but there's also this extra layer of you can do it this way and it saves you time. And those are always fun. Towers and turtles. Skeeta! Oh, we're so hard for this one. Mario Maker is a mean place. Bullet Bill Bounce is still mine. So this one is just about shaving, manipulating a little bit of how the bullet bills work, but shaving off as close as possible space because there's spikes everywhere, right? No! That was bad. So I think the reason I got this speedrun record is because I did this. Yes. Even though this level looks pretty straightforward, you know, this game is dynamic and you always have to believe in the possibility. You always have to believe in the possibility that cool. So I saved a bullet bill right there. So I'm just going to go down and use that bullet bill here instead of that one here. Oh, I'm bad. I felt like there was a way I saved a bullet bill cycle by doing that. Okay. Something like that gets yourself the record. So sometimes a lot of people like speedrunning the very straightforward levels. They see themselves beat it. They assume there's not like some crazy secret dev door or alternate path, and a lot of people like putting effort into those. Shifting mansion. Oh, goodness. Magnus. Ugh. Skeeta took Airship Animus. This girl. Oh my gosh. So this is an example of a run and jump, and there shouldn't be a way to get a better time, but Skeeta likes to cheat. So this was cool, trying to figure out exactly what you need to do to not do that, basically. And not touch that, and you can kind of go down here. Right? And just make it to the end. So that's like a hold, ride, and jump. There's more layers up. There's more layers down. There's doors and stuff. But this is an example of like, oh, the level skips. Was my record close? No way. I even tried to optimize things like sliding down that hill, that tiny little diagonal part right there. Like that. Like, will that give me the microseconds I need? I don't think that adds to your timer, but I freaked out anyway. Didn't do it. Yep, that's not how you do it. Stick to the path. I actually made multiple paths when I was optimizing this. One is like you just run off here. Ah, you barely jump off there. I remember that one. And I think that path's easier. Mm-hmm. And then you go up and now you're in the same territory. No! I guess I'm not in full run speed. There we go. I jumped. I don't know if full run speed actually makes a difference. It looked like I was pretty fast. That means I gotta find a place that actually gets me the runaway as soon as possible. See, even in this very straightforward run, there's like little things that make it interesting. Like that. So that didn't give me any extra speed, but I need to slide down that hill, I think. Something like that. Right. Interesting. I love it how it has multiple paths. See, this is what I'm talking about. 0.03. That's what you have to shave to beat this. We're doing it. I don't know if we can do it. But these diagonal paths probably will help. I think I got to take this upper path. And I don't think that's going to count against me. Oh, shoot. So I got to jump off that. I think I have to take the upper path to slide as long as possible. Get out of my way! No! You stupid P-switch! Get out of my hands! What are you doing in my hands?
Oh my gosh, why are you playing this?
It's so good. So good, Bleach. So Bleach makes really good accidental speed running levels, and he's just following like, you know, basic tenets like put stuff on the screen, right? Well, that makes it interesting, especially when the space above the stuff is left open. So I need to focus. I missed, but we're still rolling. Oh my gosh, extend my reach, P-switch. That'd be kind of a cool subtle thing too. I turned back. Was that a mistake? Also, Mario's hitbox is a box. And sometimes I envision... Okay, so I shaved off 0.01 microsecond. That look back I did, let's not do that. Let's just live with the P-switch. Maybe it even extends my hitbox forward. I can't live without it. So I don't think I took a good enough running start at the beginning. So that confirms that getting that thing doesn't actually count against your time. That's right. P-blocked. So that was 0.04. So now if I get the running start at the beginning and maximum slides. I don't know if that counts against me either. And I missed, so now we'll never know. my gosh. 15.013, 15.011. I can do it. Let's go.
We believe in you.
I don't believe in Skeeta. That's 15 seconds. It feels like nothing. Feels like my brain just goes start, finish. Okay, so that was longer. Is it the whole ground time? Nope, that's not how you do it. And I'm trying to figure out if staying on the ground to get as much acceleration as possible. Ah, jump! I'm losing it. Now I'll move on after this, after I get it. Oh well. Until next time. But it's cool seeing those tiny optimizations and realizing that your level doesn't have to do too much in order to get it to happen. Hey, I still got the record for there and back again. Hey. So this is another good example of a level with gates. If you don't make it there in a certain amount of time, you have to wait, and waiting you can clearly tell if you're in front of the beat or behind. Like these fireballs are the universal gates. So if I go through like this fast enough. That was close. And since I know it's universal, I know it's always going to be that close if I do that speed. And then you go back. Bounce off the wall because that's the fastest way to reverse directions. Ah! Always go under that because you're racing the gate and it's a universal timer. That means this is already clear. I remember all these notes. You can go, yes, I beat the gate. Cool. I'm in time. And then you do that. Ah! Okay, that was pretty good for me just remembering all that junk on the fly. But that's why I have the record. But you can clearly see the gates working, and then when you reset on the checkpoint, you know, everything's different. But like, oh, when you're playing the level, you know, I made this jump. I'm clear for the next one. I'm behind on this one. I'm going to have to cut back on the next one. That's great stuff for speed running. And you don't really have to do too much to try to create that. I mean, if your level has it, great. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But being aware that certain level elements create gates and universal timers much more easily is something to keep track of. Dr. Haji! I tied his score 9.939. That means it's probably the fastest time. This is a hold, ride, and go. Again, fire cakes. I just remember you coast over that guy, you go over here, you bounce off this guy, jump shallow, then you have to jump over that. Okay, jump shallow, then big jump, and then off the Koopa. Okay, I remember. Okay, I don't. Ah! Okay, let's pretend I didn't do that. Jump shallow, jump big. And then, yeah, I think that's too wide to jump big from that one, so I needed shallow big right there. So this is kind of what hold riders are all about, just memorizing the tiny little bits of information you need. Shallow big. Oh! It's shallow big, shallow big. Okay. Big, shallow, big, shallow, big. Oh no! That's fine, see? It's still optimal. That should be 9.939. 9.949. Close enough, right? See, this is what we're talking about. We're like, sometimes you can actually max out a level's time Hold riders and runners are the easiest ones to see if that's possible. These guys have been busy. Just blocks. Hey, it's me again. Assignment number 1, bricks. Hey, it's me. Assignment number 1, Skeeta! Skeeta! This one's not a hold, ride, and go. There's a couple of points where you have to wall jump or whatever, and just adding anything in addition to holding, ride, and jumping makes speed running a lot more complex. Hitting those marks, shaving off vertical distance so you can continue running speed, stuff like that. Like, I don't think you need a wall jump up there if you do it right. And you can land on top of that and keep going without going under here. And then I think you can skip this one. And then that's the only one you have to shave like that. Yeah. So like using the triple jump in this one is super, super cool. So if you're in this new Super Mario Brothers style, this is something you probably should be aware of. Triple jumps open up possibilities. And this is the level I feel like showcases that the best. Okay. So you don't need the triple jump there. 1, 2, 3. No? How do I do that one? I think I need a triple jump and then multi-pump. 1. So maybe I need a jump and go like... I need a big jump. 1, 2, 3. There's like no way. I thought I found a way though. That's why it was so cool. You can definitely jump from here to there. Yeah, and that's a cool skip for that one. Okay. You can jump over this one, which is a cool skip. And then once you're high, you know, it doesn't really matter because you're at the end of the level. So, okay, so this is a really interesting thing to optimize. What you want to be doing is going down at maximum speed and going forward at maximum speed and holding that as early as possible. To get that, you have to jump shallow, right? But not skip off the side. If you skip off the side, you ruin it. So you have to like, oh my gosh, I actually did the same side slide. Never seen that before. But you don't want to twirl. You just want to be falling. So the only way you can get high enough. Ah, dang, I did it again. But yeah, you triple jump early so that you're going down with your maximum velocity by the time you coast over the side. And I think that's the only way to optimize that. Oh, and here's another thing. You can spin jump off a wall. Oh, hold on. Faster than you can jump, apparently. Like the activation box is a little bit bigger, I think. So that is another way you can shave off some microseconds. And then 1, 2, didn't work. So here's another thing for increasing your speed. If you turn around, it's that slow, but if you run into a wall, it's that fast, right? I'm always looking for little optimizations like that to go forward. Come on. Yeah, that's something like that. That's what you want. But that's another cool example. So really, with the blocks only level, it became an incredibly interesting speed running level, which is why people need to start trusting. Hey, me again. There's only a few more that I want to show. As long as there's a faster way to get to the bottom. I think on touchscreen you can scroll faster. Skeeta. Did Skeeta play her friend's Switch to steal all the world records from her own levels? I'm disappointed, Skeeta. I'm disappointed. Oh, 1 second, 0.342. Thanks, Bleach. Oh, so I guess it's a level. I wrestled this back from Skeeta, and this is an interesting one as well. you have to... It's basically not that interesting. This whole part here, there's no way you can get it faster, so you basically just kind of make your way to this part right here, and then you just run and jump and smack it. But it's amazing that I fought for this record back and forth at least 4 times. Right? And shaving off .00s or whatever, so you have to figure out, well, how does Mario actually gain speed, and how early can I do it, and what do I need to do to get that perfect? It's not easy. Not easy. Skeeter. Kifu's level? Yeah, I speedrun that. Okay. Oh, I love sand. Hey, Haji has it. Oh, this was a cool one I was working on. So this is about enemy tuning, right? When you're arranging enemies, are you going to put them in a way that's annoying and slows the player down, or would a slight nudge make all the difference in the world? That's what I'm talking about. I love that. I love it. Let's go. Please don't kill me. Don't kill me! Let's see how that timed out. Slopes are an excellent thing to put in your game for optimization. Oh! Ouch, Marcus. First time back. Stole it. I didn't know that was possible. So this is cool. That's really cool. You can either cut back and hit that Goomba, or you can do some of these. So we got to see if that's one of the cool things about Mario is you go the same speed on the air and the ground once you're kind of at max speed or whatever. I think it's about the same. So you don't have to worry about... You can just platform, and that's fun. So that's good flow motion there too. Jumping up hills is how you optimize hills, and sliding down hills is how you optimize the other side. So you're always looking for an opportunity to do one of those two things. I can't believe I got that. That's so perfect. It's like he made that for that. You always have to wonder. Yeah, so if you don't jump off the first Goomba, it's hard to jump off the second one there, apparently. So yeah, enemy placement is very important. That's just a hold forward and jump. I love it. Oh my gosh. And then you always jump uphill. Take your speed early. Downhills, uphills. That's probably a way to optimize that. Downhill, uphill. Yeah, so like anytime you see a hill, there's an opportunity for Mario to go faster, but you actually have to be on the hill. And figuring out when it's a good time to do that and when it's not, it's just really fun. Blocks 3 by Bleach. Skeeta! Alright, Bleach has the record for follow Bill. Nice. Hey, bonus room bonanza. Okay. Those are first clears. I only have 43 records. So those are all examples mostly of levels that are designed the way you need them to be designed and you play them fast. This was so hard. This one was so hard. This is an example of the simplest levels can be the hardest to speedrun. Internal timing and everything. Womp, womp, womp. So right here, you touch this, wait just a second, and then leap off. But you gotta have that perfectly memorized. I guess you can count blocks. Ooh. I didn't get it, but let's pretend like I did. That's not pretending. Here, and I remember these being a problem. So then here is the hard part. You have to run. Ah! You have to run. I feel like you have to. Let me see. So like, yeah. So this is perfectly tuned. What are you doing, Blarg? So you have to get maximum speed on these thingies, and I think you have to get a triple jump. Oh, that's annoying. So you go like 1. Oh shoot! But then you have to basically go. You have to ghost jump. And then roll off of that and get a long jump that steals the momentum to get the record. It's so fun. It was so fun figuring this out. I didn't do it. Ghost jump. And spinning slows you down. I don't know why I keep doing it. I know why. 'Cause it's fun. Oh my gosh. Whoa. Stop it. Maximum speed. Oh, and you can also like same side wall jump, but I think the fastest thing is a long jump perfectly off the top. Ah, yep. So this is an example of a high risk, high reward. If you fall on this, you lose the run, but you have to do it to win the run, right? It's not enough speed. Oh, it was enough speed! And that, something like that, right? You land on it as little as possible, you run off the edge of it, you long jump, steal the momentum, and you want to land at the base of the flag because that means you jumped as early as possible. I did something like that. I have the record. No one's been able to take it. But here's the one that I think blows your mind the most. Look at this, 1 minute. 1 minute. Now let's check the clear time. This level took me a while to just beat normally, but the clear time is... Where do they show you that? Oh, well. So it's this long level, right? It's got these gates in terms of these... Oh, shoot. Okay, so you go here... And you gotta kill the Magic Koopa, which is one of my favorite enemies. But then, oh no! So I realized that Magic Koopa can give me a propeller hat, and everyone else just quickly kills the Magic Koopa and moves on. And I'm like, no, 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 no. I keep thinking I can roll down. There it is. There it is. So then I just killed him. Killed the right one. Got it. And then I moved on. It's a little RNG, which probably means I could optimize my time, but who cares? So instead of doing this whole elaborate thing where you fall down... Oh, no! Oh, well. I'll show you what the normal level looks like. So normally you fall down... You gotta dodge these things, do this elaborate thing to get over here, and then you come over here, and you're like, ah. Get your fire flower, kill them, or throw the shell on the way back, and it's long. And then you can get up here safely, or skip it. You get this, and then you have to do one of these. Not fun. It's fun. That was scary. And then these guys shoot at you. But technically you can just do this. Oh! I missed it. Well, yeah, you can just jump in the hole if you knew it was there. So, like, the level's long, and there's even a boss battle after that. But grabbing that propeller hat allowed me to get up in this area faster, skip that whole ride, and skip the boss battle, like most of the boss battle. All because of this one detail. Give it. Give it. Oh, shoot. Well, we're not going to show it then. But yeah, beat the top score by like 7 minutes or something like that. It's like, ouch. Oh, I got Stonecutter. Fun. That level's hard. Oh, this one I was battling Skeeta for. Man, that was hard. But I did some really crazy optimizations. But that's basically it for speedrunning. I guess we can look at... We looked at hold riders. We looked at hold riders with tiny interruptions. We looked at the tiny moves that you can optimize and how the simplest things create the most fun experiences. Actually, let me show you the simplest level that I had some of the most fun. Unless Skeeta took it from me and I don't have a record of it anymore. It's from Mefimber. Around the block. That's right. Can't beat this record. This was when I went back and forth on Skeeta with 7 times or whatever. We were optimizing like crazy. So like wall jump, fall. Come up here. Come over here. Come over here. And you win. Very simple level, right? But it has all the things that I told you make levels hard to optimize. Reversing direction, wall jumps. So like, I forgot all my optimizations, but shaving this off to where you're running immediately after this was part of it. Then doing that, double doing that. Running and trying to stay on the ground as long as possible to make sure Mario gets to his max speed, and I did something with like a triple jump. Yeah, but there's questions that is it faster to do this, butt stomp and then twirl out, or is it faster just to fall? If you're going to wall jump, do you need horizontal speed, or can you kind of shave that off with something else, right? This is getting this as shallow as possible. There. And then bouncing off and getting that shallow, and then this. That's so hard. You have to hit that on the first pixel of your nose. That kind of a thing. And then hitting it all in one run. So fun. Let's get out of here. Quit loading, you're slow. So my first course, blocks only, this was designed for non-linear speedrunning, and this is the kind of stuff that people don't like. Because developing a strategy and having so many different ways of soft punishments, soft rewards and soft punishments means it's hard to optimize. It's hard to know exactly what to go for. You can go up here, you can go down there. Which one's better? I don't know. You get this many coins over here from doing this. Is that fast enough? Can you reverse and get out of here fast enough? I don't know. Flow motion? I couldn't do the single jump flow motion. It's so hard. Do you go up here early? Do you go up here late? Is it better to get this? Well, not anymore. Is it better to grab these here and then come back to Super Mario, or just skip the whole area? Is it easier to flow motion that? Just snag a few? This one's like the hardest one for the least reward, but that's just what it takes sometimes. That's so hard to do. And then anytime you go to the end of the level, you got to save these so you don't backtrack. So you're working on these. And then of course, there's so many ways up and down from so many areas. And when you get this, everything changes, right? You're bigger. Flow motion, no. I can't get bigger. And then this level's so long that when you make some mistakes, you're not prone to reset because, you know, you're gonna make some mistakes. It's all about it's the totality, right? And you can get over here. Oh, no. Bust out here. Oh. Not paying attention. Big Mario is a little harder to get around here. That's possible. Good luck. And then when you're kind of near the end of your coinage, oh, punch that. You can grab these. And flow motion yourself right to victory. Not fast enough. That kind of a thing. Right? So where in there did I go wrong? Where could I have optimized? Where could I backtrack? Maybe when should I have grabbed the mushroom? Should I have grabbed the mushroom? It's possible to beat it without grabbing the mushroom at all. So on and so forth. Lots of decisions. It's supposed to be, you know, you find things that you think are lucrative and you go with your skill level and try to do the hard things, and that should end up being the faster routes, but it's hard to say. So this is the kind of stuff people don't like speedrunning. It's actually work. They just want to see a straight path and try to get their jumps. And I think that runs the entire spread of speedrunning types. Let's flick back over to this. So when you are in the workbench and you are selecting speedrun, oh, no. You are selecting speedrun layer. It should be speed layer. Oh. You can click this and dash forward and mind your jumps. That's hold, ride, and run. Multiple paths are viable, but just dashing, that's Airship Animus that we saw. This dash forward and mind your jumps is Fire Cakes is 1-3 dots. Tricky maneuvers with soft penalties, that was more like Greg's level. Tricky maneuvers with harsh penalties, that was that jump I showed you over the lava. Or timing gates, if you're outside of the gate, you are screwed. Opportunities for optimizations everywhere with dynamic consequences based on execution. That's kind of like that propeller cap level I showed you. Optimizing how you hunt the Magic Koopa, what you do with the power-up, where you go. Like, there's a lot you can do there. And if you mess up, you can still complete the level at a certain point, so you might want to try that. Complex alternate paths with viable possibilities that have various penalties for making it hard to know which one. With the fast door then right travel, you always should know that the pink coin route is the fastest one. But it's possible that they could have made a pink route and a normal route, and they stress different skills, and it just kind of depends. But rewarding the faster route is kind of what we want to do. And the final one is, can you guys even see that? It's tiny. I'm reading it out loud anyway. You guys can't even see that. Can you? No. Oh well. And the final one is complex alternate paths in a non-linear structure that awards a wide range of skills through challenging blah blah blah. So we go to Scope Planner, which is probably what I should have shown you. Here's all the different scopes. And complex alternate paths in a non-linear structure that awards a wide range of skills. It's kind of the Banjo-Kazooie style. And my Race Through the Golden Desert is very much like that. You go to wherever you want, you try to collect as much of the things that you need, and you deal with it. It's kind of like collecting coins in Mario for the 64 for the 1 star. But yeah, layers upon layers upon layers, tuning suggestions upon tuning sections, awareness of gates and all these other things, making sure your level's interesting for speedrunners. All those are the major considerations for this particular design layer. That was a lot of speed running. It didn't go fast at all. So next week, I think our topic will be secrets, potentially. Yeah, because we've done power-up layers, we've done speedrun layers, we've done counterpoint, and oh, I guess I can do a folded level design kind of thing and a showcase of different types of level design. So we have 2 more lessons. Level design types and whatever I just said, secrets. So thanks for joining me. My name is Richard Terrell. I go by Kirby Kid. You can find all this information on designoriented.net. It's our website. You can find a link to the Mario Maker workshop there, or our Discord, or our Twitter, or anything like that. Join us next time as I recap more of the levels that the workshop is working hard to make. I'll show you the secrets behind Time Loop, and we will continue to learn a little bit more about why layers and understanding level design at this level is the hardest, most complex part of the entire curriculum. Until next time, guys, peace.